On Scots with soul. Yo, what's happening, folks? I'm Codate my dog, and welcome back to the IndiScots with Soul podcast. Tonight I have Kelly on my left, PureTonto on the top left, and we have Yaldi right above us. Oh no, we've got Tonto right above us and Yaldi in the top left. Way! Kelly, how are you, son, and what have you been up to this week?
Oh, I'm alright. Mainly been playing the odd Fortnite, which I discovered recently that yeah, I know. I discovered recently that PureTonto's missus is actually way better than him at the game.
Yep.
That wouldn't be hard. I mean, let's be honest.
Other than that, I've been playing a game which I think I mentioned before we came online tonight. Tokyo Jungle on the PS3.
Oh, I love it. Love it. Yes, let's talk about Tokyo Jungle. Has anybody in chat played Tokyo Jungle? It's fucking brilliant. If you have, let's talk about it, man. Who were you playing, Kelly? What character did you choose?
I played as a what the hell was it? The deer or whatever it is, the fawn.
Played as the deer.
Yes.
You got to watch it when you're playing as a deer. It's really easy to survive as a deer because there's a lot of vegetation and it doesn't take a lot to catch a plant. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to hunt a plant. Do you know what I mean? Like, so it's very easy to survive as the deer, but you might get hunted. Do you know what I mean? As soon as you realise there's predators in the city, there's lions cutting about. Do you know what I mean?
I lasted 2 days.
Did you? 2 days?
Yeah. I realised that going around just running at dogs was a stupid idea, but hey-ho. It's the way of the world.
Like, I loved Tokyo Jungle when I played it in PlayStation, man. It was great. Like, my favourite was actually Homo erectus, the one that was so close to being like a human. I liked that one the best because he had the best mix of everything: high intelligence, high defense, high stamina, high speed, high strength. Do you know what I mean? He was the all-round character. And I remember surviving for like 3 weeks and stuff with that guy like that. Yes, I fucking almost killed all the lions up at the trains. But aye, we'll move on. Tonto-san, what you been up to and how are you?
I'm not bad, man. Just been playing a lot of Scum this week with Yaldi and Glasgow Gaming. Getting abused after them. You know what I mean? They're making me hack mechs that you can't hack. Laughing at me.
Can you blame them? Can you blame them? Do you know what I mean? Part of being a troll is figuring out who your easy mark is, do you know what I mean? And like spamming that easy mark button, do you know what I mean? And if you find somebody that's going to be gullible, you're going to get trolled. The trick is not to be gullible, the trick is to go fuck you anytime they ever suggest anything.
Let me add some context to that. So it took about 20 to 25 minutes to meet up with Tonto, right? He got killed like 3 or 4 times, like an absolute right? We finally meet up with him, we're running into a base, and we're like, mate, go down there and hack that mech, you'll get some good shit.
I'm like,
so
yes.
He's like, hobbles down, he's got 14% health, he's about to die anyway. Goes into the building and we're like, go, Tonto, go, and he runs out, he's like, runs up and the mech turns around, what are you doing? And then just scalps in their face and he dies immediately.
Is there a Twitch clip of this? Because we'll have to put it in the chat. Get it in the chat at some point during this stream, fish it out and shit. But
apart from that, I've been bashing Fortnite with Kelly. Been showing me how much a killer he is with double pistols, man.
Nice.
And the day I was bashing Battlefield 5 as well. There's a few clips of that in the Twitch chat. And I mean, I was getting some tasty sniper shots in there.
I seen your one with a sniper shot. I did. The first one was nice, but your second one, you were like, just please kill this guy.
That was it. But apart from that, it's me, man. I get a couple of new followers and I get 2 subscribers, so it's been pretty awesome week on Twitch this week.
Aye, but it's always good to find a friend to play with in a game, especially one that you can use as a meat shield, isn't that right, Kelly? So... Yaldi, what about you? How you been? What you been up to?
Mate, I've not streamed all week. The only stream I did this week was with Tonto, man, and that was it, man. I pure burned myself out for the week because it was so funny. Tell a lie, I did order a capture card and I've been sitting waiting for it so I could try and stream some fucking Switch games.
What capture card did you order?
It's a HD60. Just the one that every other motherfucker has, like, ever.
Aye.
Got it for like 80 quid, so I was like, fuck it, just get it.
Is that an outside one that you like keep outside your
The
PC.
external.
Aye.
I went for the external because it's just cheaper.
And outside one, it's IP rated 66, which means you can't get rain or water doesn't get in it. You know what I mean? You leave it outside.
I've got a window there. I'm planning on putting it outside just so I can keep it cool.
But I was thinking about a new capture card because my capture card is starting to show its age now. It's actually quite a good capture card. It's the Oppage HD PVR2, but it's starting to show its age like after like an hour or something in play. You have to bring it down and reset it and stuff to recalibrate the frame rate. So I might be looking into that and just going with something like that HD 60, like you say. Everybody's using it, so it must be fucking good. Do you know what I mean? So aye. But moving on to topic number 1. Sony are still saying no to Xbox and the crossplay. How do we feel about this? Like, I wanted to bring it up because I was thinking about it today, and Sony's motto is #for the players. That saying no to crossplay isn't really for the players now, is it? How do we feel about the crossplay issue, guys?
They should relay their motto to for our players.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like, at least be honest with us. Do you know what I mean? I'll always give points for honesty. Do you know what I mean? Like, I thought our players would be a much better saying. But I think they should just I feel like they're just still salty that Xbox says no to them. See the way when your wee brother steals one of your toys when you're a kid, and then you're like spend a week trying to steal one of his favourite toys back off him. Do you know what I mean? I think that's the way they're kind of acting. Do you know what I mean? But it was a different time back then. Do you know what I mean? There was maybe 1 or 2 games that could have crossplayed, whereas now there's almost every game you could crossplay. I'd love to crossplay Destiny because there's some people on the IndiScots that fucking play Destiny on PC and don't play on console. Do you know what I mean? And they talk about how they find the raids really hard. The raids are really hard. It's just because I've done them multiple times I find them easier. Do you know what I mean? But it'd be good to get them in a group. I've only got it in PlayStation, so crossplay's the only avenue to play with them. I'd love that shit. Just Sony, god damn it, man. Back down.
My opinion is, like, I always didn't really see why they didn't do it. Like, they always came out with the excuse to say security reasons or this and all that kind of thing. But at the end of the day, they should just come out and just be honest and just say, look, we don't want to do it because we want your money. You know what I mean? We don't want you being able to play with other people. We just want you. We just want to keep you.
Business suicide, ain't it? It's business suicide.
That's it. But I mean, I do think they're in trouble if they don't.
Yes,
if they don't.
That's the main thing that I think as well, Tonto. They're in trouble if they don't. It's like, please just back down before you lose credibility. Do you know what I mean? It's like you've got your chance now to back down. Basically, the community's still going, please, please, please. Before it turns to fuck you, we're going to Xbox because they let me play with my PC pals. Do you know what I mean?
Like, they know they're market leaders, right? They know they're market leaders in the console market, right? But I know a lot of hardcore, like Sony people that have only owned PlayStations that are saying, do you know what? See the next Xbox, I might just get it because I like the whole idea of now crossplay. Like, people that don't own PCs that just own consoles and stuff, you know what I mean? So they're changing their mind, you know what I mean? And they were just Sony exclusives. Like, I've got a pal that literally would not even look at an Xbox, and he's saying, I know what I mean, if the next Xbox comes out and it's decent, I might just get an Xbox kind of so I can crossplay, because he's sick of just being stuck on the PS4, you know what I mean? Nobody able to crossplay.
Especially when there's so many games out that are on all 3 platforms, or all 4 platforms, or all 5 platforms. Do you know what I mean? It's like they're all on all the platforms. Fortnite is crossplay with all of them because it's on Switch, Xbox, PC, iPhones. Do you know what I mean? It's on everything. Do you know what I mean? So it benefits it so much. And like, see, if you go crossplay, then you can release your game in so many different platforms as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, why not? Fuck it. Do you know what I mean? Like, think of the games, like small games, like Gwent. Think about how much Gwent could benefit from something like that. Do you know what I mean? A wee free-to-play game. It's got a good following. Not a big following, but the following it's got is very loyal to it. Do you know what I mean? I mean, like, the only reason I don't play Gwent is because I'm coming up against like other people on PlayStation. And it's just people playing it on PlayStation because, there's a free-to-play game. Do you know what I mean? It's no people that are thought about their deck and how it synergizes with and how it's going to come up against the way I do. So I'm just going, these people are just throwing cards on the field rather than thinking about what they're doing. And I think crossplay would allow me to come up against a better player rather than just your average console player. Fair enough, you do get some really good players on console, but it's so thick and far between on a game like Gwent. Do you know what I mean? So aye, crossplay, please back down, Sony. But talking about crossplay as well, is Spider-Man get a multiplayer, Yaldi?
No,
No,
single player only.
single player.
There's no microtransactions from what I can see either. The guy tried to get me to buy a season pass. I was like, fuck off, no.
But
not
I
paying
get
money for something
commissions
that's
on
not
the
yet.
season pass, mate.
I don't care. I don't want that.
Aye, talking about Spider-Man. Spider-Man's one of those games that I thought when it was coming out, it's just going to be either A, another Spider-Man game, or B, it's going to play like a Batman game. But it just seems to be getting so much love right now. Is it like Batman, Yaldi? That's my main question. Is it like Batman in its rhythmic combat sense? Square, triangle now, square. Fucking hate that shit, man.
It is rhythmic like combat, but if I try to play it like Batman, I get my ass whooped like quite a lot.
Right, well, that's decent. So it's a
Like-
wee bit different. It's a wee bit more freer than Batman.
It feels like you can mix it up a lot more. Like you've got a lot more control over the fight than what you do in Batman. Batman, you're sort of like mashing X. Oh, there's a red button. Oh,
Yeah,
press circle.
Yeah, you're pretty much reacting to what the enemy do in Batman. You don't get to proactively choose to beat someone up. You know what I mean? You get in Batman, it's like there's a guy trying to punch me. Right, okay, I'll dodge it and punch him in the chin. Do you know what I mean?
It's rhythmic combat, but it's different enough that it feels like its own thing, and I do enjoy it.
How far have you got?
I've like played none of the story. I literally just went around the entirety of New York collecting all the shit. I end up walking into it, just like, mate, just collect the things.
I know people that's got it that has just done like see that photo mode where you can take photos.
I didn't even know there's a photo mode.
Aye, there is.
I've literally just collected all the backpacks and just went about and got all the towers and that. I'm just be like, oh man, swing.
Aye, because
I spent like 5 hours taking photographs.
Because I was watching Filthy Weeaboo yesterday, man. We all know Filthy Weeaboo. I was watching him yesterday, man. And his stream was just titled "Taking Photos with Peter Parker." And I was like, what is he playing? It turns out he's just flying about the city taking photos of shit for photo ops and stuff like that, trying to sell them to the Daily Bugle. Yeah. Spider-Man simulator, there is no story. You have to try and be Peter Parker. You've got money, you've got bills you need to pay. Aunt May needs a new hip. Pay for Aunt May's new hip. That would be quite a good fucking first half of the story, wouldn't it? This first half of the story is really damn slow, man. Fucking Aunt May and her old hip.
Need to raise $30,000 in order to save your Aunt May.
Mate, that would be quality.
It'd be like fucking PS2 Spider-Man all over again, bloody delivering pizza time.
Just give
Pizza
people
time.
free roam, do you know what I mean? Give people free roam, make them be able to do anything, do you know what I mean? Like go out and take fucking pornographic pictures of Spider-Man, like Spider-Man caught with hookers, like yes, that one's gonna make me the money. Aunt May, you're getting a new hip.
Just have him snorting cocaine or something.
I just like pretend, do you know what I mean? Have it like smelling some bath salts or something like that. Sniff the bath salts, and it's like taking cocaine. Spider-Man takes cocaine. Aunt May, you're getting that up. Do you want a new car as well? But aye, that leads on quite nicely to one of the other subjects I've got. Valve this week made a number of changes to their filter for violent and sexual content in Steam. Developers are now required to describe their content of their games. Valve also took the time to define what a troll is in their platform. Quote, developers who aren't actually interested in making good faith efforts to make and sell games to you or anyone. So basically they're not talking about trolls in the game, they're talking about trolling developers. Do you know what I mean? People that are making shit games or just wee shit political games or just games to get a reaction out of folk. Do you know what I mean? Because here's another quote. On Steam, some are simply trying to rile people up with something we call a game-shaped object, i.e. a crudely made piece of software that technically and just barely passes our bar as a functioning video game, but isn't what 99% of folks would call good. Others are just trying to scam folks out of their Steam inventory and items. Others are trying to generate small amounts of money through schemes that revolve around how we let developers use Steam keys. That last bit there's got me worried. the bit about them talking about people trying to make small amounts of money off Steam keys. Now, see, the first thing I do when a game comes out is there a Steam key? Do you know what I mean? That is the first thing I do. What about you guys? How do you feel about that? Valve's rules about that, like they'll have to describe what the game is. Do you know what I mean? It can't just say like violent and sexual content now. It'll have to describe it in more detail what it is.
I think it's still not going to solve the issue of what we've got right now, which is like nobody's looking at this shit before it gets uploaded. It's all going through a robot, and that's how you end up with like asset flips and games that are literally all the same but with just different names. It's a start to fixing the problem that should have been fixed years ago.
Well, exactly. It's a step in the right direction because I think that is basically what they're trying to combat is shite like that, Yaldi. Do you know what I mean? It's just a reskinned fucking or turned around mirror image of a game. Do you know what I mean? Resold as a prequel or a sequel or a, do you know what I mean? Something like that. I think that's what they're trying to solve. Also, they're trying to solve like just fucking stupid games that come out. Do you know what I mean? Just stupid games like, I don't know, stop somebody if they try to make a fucking one where you hold you're a woman in VR. Do you know what I mean? It's like quite a lot of people would buy that, but it's sitting in your Steam library after you used it for 5 minutes. Do you know what I mean? You'd,
See,
you'd play that game for 5 minutes and be like, hold on, what am I doing?
I play like a lot of indie horror games, and a lot of them are kind of like that. When you load them up, like 90% will just be like a PT ripoff, and you're like, oh, here we go. I mean,
It's just a corridor with a scary clown that jumps out and you
that's it, exactly. And then you play it for 2 seconds, and you're like, shite. I mean, fucking.
Trust, you can remove games from your library.
You can remove games for your library. But
just if you want to
whoever
buy
does
those
that,
porno games, then you can remove the games.
See, it makes me think, right, is like, see sometimes on Discord, Yaldi will be signed in on Discord and it says something like, it's playing with his bumhole. How do you do that? Is there a game called Your Bumhole?
No, when it says that I'm playing with my bumhole, it means that I'm drawing, because I've got Discord to recognise the drawing tool that I use, Sai, as bumhole. My bumhole is the name that it registers with that exe, so it assumes that I'm playing something called With My Bumhole.
I've always wondered that. That's brilliant. So you could basically change anything to say something like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes. Yaldi is worshipping Stubbs.
Because
in the
it
Church
comes
of
up with
Stubbs.
saying playing with, and it puts the game. If you just change it, the name of the game on Discord, like you can make it anything. You can make it like my phallic dick, my rotten cheesy bumhole. You know what I mean? Like anything could be put in there.
Aye.
You can do it on Steam as well if you add your own program to Steam, and you can rename the program on there as well. So you could have coming up on your Steam friends. I'm playing with my bumhole as well. Just so everyone knows that I'm doing it.
Just so
needs
everybody
to
gets
be
that
announced.
image right in their face. Yaldi playing me's bumhole. Just that leads us on to another good one. If you want to subscribe to Yaldi playing me's bumhole, it's September starting tomorrow on Twitch. And you can gift. September is it starts on the 10th. People think it's a month-long thing, but it starts on the 10th and ends on the 30th of September. And basically what it is you can gift a subscription to anybody watching a channel for $1 or £1. And if you've got a subscription to any channel, guys, that was gifted to you last month and is going to expire between those dates, you can renew that on your own for £1 as well. So that I think that's the icing on the cake for me in this September. I don't know if it was the same last year, but see, the icing on the cake is the fact that somebody could have gifted you a sub last month and you can renew it for £1 this month. You can get the next sub badge. You can keep access to the emotes. Do you know what I mean? I think September's a great idea. Do you know what I mean? So I'll sub to you, Tonto. You sub to me. Mint it.
October's gonna be a shit show though, because everyone's gonna forget to remove their subscriptions when they paid for £1.
Aye, I know. That's
Everyone's gonna end up paying
that's
like
the plan.
£6, and you're like,
Shit. That is true. But the streamer,
I
even
subscribed to
though,
like 20 people.
even though the subscription's only going to cost the consumer, the person buying it, it's only going to cost them a pound or $1, the streamer's still going to get their £2.50. So that's
Or if they're
fucking,
part of the
That's
yeah.
decent.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's really good. It's not as if you're going to get half the pound. It's a thing Twitch are doing to encourage people to subscribe to their partnered or affiliate channels. So see, for us who are mostly affiliates on the IndiScots, it's a great thing. Do you know what I mean? Because we have people that have subscribed to us anyway, and this month it's going to be a lot less to subscribe to our shitty wee channels. Do you know what I mean? It's that's the way. Well, my shitty wee channel. Let's not say yours are shite, but that's the way I see mine. Mine's is just, I'm just a guy playing video games. I do try my best to make it entertaining, but at the end of the day, I'm only one guy. Do you know what I mean? It's not as if I'm this fully fledged fucking.
That's literally 99% of fucking Twitch, though.
Aye, I know, but there's some Twitch channels that are above and beyond, and that's what I'm kind of aiming for with IndiScots. I hope you guys are as well. Do you know what I mean? It's like to make that channel that stands out, that's live most of the time, that's got something for everybody. Do you know what I mean? That's like, we can do something on Twitch. It doesn't have to just be us on our own. Do you know what I mean? But for people, the affiliates that are just on their own, man, this fucking pound subs, brilliant, fucking brilliant. Be expecting me to be in your channels this month, fucking throwing gift subs a bit, man, because I will be there, I will be doing it. Damn right, man, especially for £1. Think about it, you would gift 1 sub last month, I can gift 5 subs for the same amount of money this month. So that means next month I can cost 5 people £6. But
I've for September I decided to listen to Tonto and change my emote, so the kebab one is now my $4.99 one.
Oh, good
Everyone
stuff.
bloody moaning about it.
That has to be the tier 1 sub.
go with your most wanted
Yeah.
emote is your tier 1, definitely, man. Because that's good for the viewers. It means we're not expected to pay any more. Do you know what I mean? And like we do, as a streamer, we don't expect anybody to hit the sub button. So putting your most favourite emote on the lowest tier is just good for viewers. Do you know what I mean? Like, and one thing, like, just to reiterate this, I said this a few weeks ago, right? If you're ever watching a Twitch channel and you feel like putting some bits into the channel because you want to support the guy some, I advocate not putting the bits into Twitch, right? And just upgrading your sub. Say you're going to go throw a couple of 100 bits at somebody, put a tenner into bits, right? And you're already subscribed to the guy. Save yourself £5, upgrade your sub to tier 2. The guy, you get access to another emote, and the streamer gets another sub point, and sub points is how Twitch measures success. That's how you're going to get the quality control, that's how you're going to get more sub emotes, that's how you're going to get all this stuff. So if you're looking to support streamers, go for that tier 2 sub if you're going to donate bits or something. And if you're not subscribed to a channel and you're going to donate more than a £5 in bits, just hit that sub button. The streamer will be much more thankful for it, and most of us end up dancing when somebody hits that sub button. You can't resist it. There's people in chat and you're like, give dance now. Yaldi doesn't dance. Yaldi just generates more chins than is humanly possible. Let they just keep appearing, man. It's like an accordion. Aye, September's got to be a great thing for small channels, and do expect me when you're live to be in your channel gift subbing folk, and I expect to be gift subbed back. It's only £1, god damn it. But aye, we'll move on to the next subject, and that's Ubisoft are now banning folk for Rainbow Six for home. Did I talk about this before? No, it was before the podcast. Ubisoft are now banning folk on Rainbow Six for homophobic and racial slurs, and not making apologies about it. Getting caught is a temp ban, and 3 temp bans means you're gone. You're just completely gone. I mean, I think that's a really good thing, right? Like, if people are going to be homophobic in chat and they can pick up on it and they're just going to ban you for it, do you know what I mean? Like, but then at the same time, do you know what I mean? What is declined as homophobic? Because, like, it's generally accepted. Like, I know who people who are gay, sometimes when they'll go, something bad happens, they'll go, it's fucking gay. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like...
I think it's more crackdown on the word, the F-bomb, the old...
Aye.
Aye,
The
yeah.
one the Americans like to use a lot.
Yeah,
Aye.
the one like
The one that's
us-
for a bundle of sticks.
the one
Yeah.
the one that us Scottish use to describe that, a fag. I'm gonna smoke a fag. Do you know what I mean? I think that's the word they're trying to, on the different context, obviously. Do you know what I mean? But it's
Yeah.
like, that's my point as well. It's like, say somebody's in a chat in Rainbow Six and they go, back in 2 seconds, boys, I'm going for a fag.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, are they
Aye.
going to get banned? Do you know what I mean?
Just
Yeah.
away at the YMCA then now just to get a fag.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I've heard it quite a few times in Destiny, right? You've just failed the raid, right? You just failed the raid and you're bursting to try have another attempt, right? And somebody goes, back in 2 seconds, guy's gone for a fag, and everybody's like, fuck your fag! The fucking gas boss to beat! Do you know what I mean? It's like that sentence there, fuck your fag. It's like, that's one of the ones that's a clear red flag if you're no Scottish. Like, what does that mean? He's been horrible to somebody, and it just means, no mate, you're no going for a smoke right now, stop being a dick. Do you know what I mean? You've got a boss to beat. But aye, it's like, I'm all for it, do you know what I mean? Because like, I know my brother's gay, and like he did struggle with it a lot when he was younger, like until he became comfortable with people. Like if people are like, my brother, the way he sees it is, if people are slagging him, then that's their problem. Do you know what I mean? And like, but no, everybody that's gay or lesbian or whatever, or somebody who's not quite normal, do you know what I mean, or just depressed or something, they're not going to see it that way. They're always
just
going.
done it yourself there, mate. You've just said that they're not normal.
Well, that's accidental. Do you know what I mean? It's like, but that's my point. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's so hard for people to iterate these things, and it's so hard for
It's
people
easy
to
to
talk
slip the
about them. It's easy to slip the tongue, and then you're going to end up banned for one of your favourite games for it. It's one of the ones. I don't know how to feel about it. How do you guys feel about it?
To be honest, it should have been there from the get-go. I don't know why it's now been made a point of.
Aye, exactly. That's one of the things I was thinking as well. Is like, why don't they just start off with these things? Do you know what I mean? And I think one of the reasons is they're no going to.
It kind of makes it sound like they were okay with it before, but now it's an issue.
It's like, we've made all the money from yous, so now we're going to kick you regardless. Do you know what I mean? It's like, doesn't matter of your persuasion. We'll take your money right now. See what we've got. Our money. We're going to claim some moral high ground. That's what it kind of seems like to me. Aye, Tonto, Kelly, what do you think?
I think like Esteveri says there in the chat, people's always going to be dicks. I mean, you're always going to, no matter what game you play, people are always dicks, man.
Aye.
But I think for the company to come out and say that they are going to take action against them, then I think that's a good thing. It can only be a good thing.
You've
you know
got
what I
3
mean?
strikes as well, though. That's another thing to take
Exactly.
into
So you get a
consideration.
chance.
Exactly. So it's not like you're just like, oh, you said it, boom, you're banned.
Aye,
I mean, no, you've been told 3 times. Come on.
aye.
That-
You're like,
I
it was
mean-
a slip of the tongue. Sorry,
Aye,
sorry,
aye.
really sorry. Do you know what I mean? Like, aye. So
Aye.
it's good that way.
Exactly.
As soon as they put a big massive ban wave out, though, they'll also put the game on sale at the same time.
To be fair, it's probably going to be wee salty 12-year-olds that are all going to get banned anyway.
Aye.
Oh, aye, that's who you.
Aye.
But that's where the
Exactly.
toxicity comes from, ain't
Aye,
it?
exactly.
It comes from younger people who are, let's say, not in control of their mind, because when you're young, you're not in control of your mind. You're all hormones and shite, do you know what I mean? Pure hitting out with stuff. But at the same time, sometimes they're really toxic, and they just need they need to become like an adult. They need 10 years of time to develop. Do you know what I mean? But aye, has anybody seen that fucking The Witcher's getting a Netflix series?
Yep, definitely looking forward to seeing that.
I didn't know anything about this actually until you said that, man.
Like, Netflix is getting a The Witcher series. I've always wanted like Metal Gear, games like Metal Gear, The Witcher, Tomb Raider, Uncharted, all these things to be made into films or movies or something like that. And it's finally good to see one, because do you know what I mean? It's like, these companies are so hard to touch, so scared to touch these games because they're so loved, they're so established, and they're going to put their own spin on them. Because, let's be honest, one of the most egotistical fucking job titles in the world is director. Do you know what I mean? And a director's got to make it his own, and it doesn't matter if it's a really good story. He's going to be like, I'm making it my own story. It doesn't matter that it's worse, it's mine now. Do you know what I mean?
You know, there's been a previous series of The Witcher in Poland. Aye, a Polish one.
That was
Aye,
a mistake.
But give egg now, give Witcher now.
Give Witcher now.
But aye, it makes sense that it was made in Poland because the Polish love it, man. I mean, I actually know a Polish guy who hates it, and
Alright.
one of the reasons he hates it is because everybody loves it where he's from. He's like, I just can't escape the fucking Witcher trust, man. It's fucking everywhere, and I'm just like, but it's brilliant. It's brilliant. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah,
don't you start,
I
man.
tried to watch it with subtitles, and it was the most bad good thing I've ever seen in my life. Seriously.
Aye, subtitles can sometimes be done really bad, can't they?
Yeah. I think it was a YouTube guy that did it as well, so you can just imagine.
Aye, his broken understanding of Polish, isn't it, man?
Aye.
But aye, the reason I wanted to talk about this tonight is because the main actor has been confirmed. It's that Henry Cavill, the guy who played the Superman in the Batman vs Superman movies and the most recent Superman.
Resident Sleeper in the chat.
It's him that's
Yeah.
doing it, right? I don't know. I don't really rate the guy as an actor because I've not seen enough of his movies. I've seen Superman and it was quite shit. But let's be honest, the movie was shit. It didn't matter who there was going to be an actor. That movie was going to be shit. Do you know what I mean? And but it's
It was
good.
also so fucking terrible.
It's good to see like a big actor being drawn into it. Do you know what I mean? And the guy who actually plays Geralt in the Witcher games, he put a tweet out and he says, "Let me go on record by saying that I think Henry Cavill will do a great job as Geralt of Rivia, but he should also go on record as saying I'm expected to say that anyway."
Aye. I've been paid to say that.
Do you know what I mean? It's not that he's been paid to say it. It's like if he says anything opposite, then do you know what I mean? Like next time they go to make Witcher 4, they're going to be like, mind that time you pure fucked it when. Do you know what I mean? But aye, I'm looking forward to seeing the Netflix adaptation because hopefully if it's good, we'll see some other things adapted. Do you know what I mean? Because Metal Gear Solid could be a TV series. It could be like 12 seasons of Metal Gear. Do you know what I mean? Like, yes, give Metal Gear right now.
Yeah, but how many times have we looked forward to a TV series or a film based on a game and it's been shit, and then we've had to wait another 10 years before the fucking next thing is made?
Well, what is happening? What is happening with the Metal Gear movie?
The Metal Gear movie is at its conception phase. The script has just been wrote and it's just been put out to the developers and shit. So it's going to be going through a lot. It's going to be going through like maybe 5 or 6 years worth of development. You know what Metal Gear's like? Do you know what I mean? It's like fucking the guy who's fronting it. A guy called Jordan Volks Roberts. You can follow him on Twitter to keep up to date with it, and that's the thing at Jordan Volks Roberts. He personally went to meet Hideo Kojima. And the thing that he said in an interview that Kojima says to him was, he says, "Do what I do and lie to your fans. So don't believe a fucking thing the guy says." Do you know what I mean? Because he's been told, and I think like when somebody like Kojima says something like that to you, and you're trying to emulate his work, and he's like, the way Jordan talks about him, he's his hero. Do you know what I mean? It's like Kojima is like his hero, and like see the way to think about Kojima as well is like there's not a lot of video game developers that people know by name. Do you know what I mean? Most people know Hideo Kojima, even if you've no fucking played Metal Gear. Do you know what I mean? So that's how much weight that guy has in the industry, and I think this guy's just got to take his word as gospel, and anything we see is just going to be complete lies, and we're not going to know until the final adaptation when the movie releases, if it even fucking releases. Do you know what I mean? Because see when Metal Gear 4 came out, Metal Gear 4 was sneaked out as well, man. That was really cool. Did you know about that, Tonto?
I did not, mate. No.
I can't find any record of this sneak out, by the way, but I've looked for it many times.
That's because it was sneaked out, man. It was completely sneaked out, man.
Yeah, but you think there's some sort of news outlet would report on it at the time, but there's nothing. There is nothing you can find about it.
It was.
I don't know if it was just us that got that. It was just local.
No,
I don't know, man.
I'll still get the screenshot. No, that yet. The fucking advert, fucking released today. Sneak out. No, that man. Fucking aye. But Metal Gear Solid was sneaked out, and it was part of the ad campaign that didn't exist. But they were always you know what Metal Gear's like? The fans are the ad campaign in themselves. It's like Kojima's always said when he's coming up to a game, like Death Stranding. Like people have asked Kojima, like when are we getting Death Stranding? When do we get to play the game? And Kojima's like, the game's already started. You're already playing the game. You're playing the mind games part with me right now. Do you know what I mean? That is his response. So that's the kind of guy you're dealing with. You're dealing with that sort of mind. But aye, guys, feel free to put some questions in the chat. because we've just reached the end of my fucking pre-list of questions. So is there anything you
Can we
guys
take a
want?
moment to? Can we take a moment to appreciate Cod Ain't My Dog's giant fucking hat that makes him look like Jamiroquai?
Wait,
Nice.
look,
Class.
look, it even fits down over my full face. Look, I could do the podcast like this because I don't need to see yous. But that's me a fish now, man.
He was saying he was going to rob somebody's house the other day.
Aye, man. Imagine me trying to rob your house like this. Give egg now.
Where the hell did you get it from?
I got it off of Etsy, mate. I got it off
All
of
right,
Etsy. I didn't even have to fucking send the woman a picture of renting, man. I just went on to fucking typed into Google fish hat, it fucking came up on Etsy, and I was like, holy shit, that's exactly the same as my fucking. That is exactly the same as my channel logo. Like, holy shit, it's uncannily alike. Like, wait a minute, I'll bring up a picture on the podcast. But it's stupidly alike, man.
Hit away a fucking virtual insanity for us, eh?
Like, there it's there. Look, I mean, we'll put it on Tonto, right? It looks exactly the same. Like, fish hats for everybody. In fact, here we go. Copy, paste, fish hat.
Banging.
The fish hat on top of Toronto takes away his hair and he kind of looks like a massive tic tac.
Massive tic tac. The fuck?
Some people just have tic tac heads, man. I swear to God. Like he'd like a minion.
He'd like a minion. Do you know, see the minions, see as you talk about the minions, do you know the minions are actually designed after people who've maintained the death camps? Type in Nazi fucking death camp workers, man, and it comes up pictures of people wearing exactly the suits like minions, man, with the glass, the goggles and everything. That's the fucking cunt. That's why they're called minions, because that was the minions, that was Hitler's minions, man.
I thought you were saying Nazis designed minions. I was like,
Nazis,
nobody loved that movie, man.
They did. Nazis designed minions, they fucking basically did, man, aye.
I mean, why don't I like them?
That's maybe why you like them.
I don't like them.
Alright.
The fuck?
Totally
Exposed.
came through there as I like them. Discord, and it's well, that's a good subject to bring up. Discord's been
friends
fucking
in the
still
street.
acting up, ain't it?
Yaldi likes minions. Get them off.
Like, Discord's been acting up for weeks. Like, Yaldi's can't.
Oh.
Yaldi's I don't word fucking was emitted there, but Discord, that's a couple of weeks ago we were talking about it. They're running a beta in Canada, basically, and what it is they're letting people like load games after Discord and stuff, launch games after Discord, and basically play games via Discord launcher. So I think that's part of the problem why Discord's been losing its shit over the past couple of weeks. Because that did start a few weeks ago. It started like the day after I was talking about it. I think it was 2 podcasts ago. So we're fucking 2 weeks into it. We've got another 2 weeks before the beta ends. But you'd think they would get more server space. Doesn't it look as if they have? Do you know what I mean?
Right though. You're trying to talk and he's like, pure breaking up. You're like, what the fuck?
Like, it's everybody I've spoke to in Discord has noticed a decrease in quality over the past 3 weeks, man. I certainly have. Like the last podcast, fucking it broke, remember? And I had to take it all down, and I'm like, don't worry, guys, I'll get them back. I promise.
How long before we give up and go back to TeamSpeak?
I've never ever used TeamSpeak. I didn't have.
I was watching.
Lucky you.
I was watching a streamer last night, and that's what he was saying. He's like, I might just go back to TeamSpeak because Discord's just doing my nothing.
I use Mumble the odd time still.
I don't know any of these things, man.
Snap.
Fuck it, I'll phone you, right? You get minutes in your phone. But aye, we'll be playing Jackbox after the stream as well, guys. If you want to come in, it's jackbox.tv for later. Just load that up right now so as you can beat YaldiTime in, because we'll be drawing pictures in that first. Jackbox.tv.
I'm not playing, mate. I'll be back to Spider-Man right after this. I'll
aye,
be turning
you'll
on
be
my
straight back to
fucking my Jet
Spider-Man.
Turbo fan.
I know, I can see him rattling there. He's like, Spider-Man.
He has got the shakes, doesn't he?
Yeah. The withdrawal symptoms are coming on, man. Pretty strong.
Estevarius asks in the questions section, what is your favourite game series? question mark. I already know yours, Trust. That's like, shut up, Trust, right? We know yours is Metal Gear, right? Just don't even start. We'll give that question to Kelly first. Kelly, what's your favourite game series?
Game series.
God, I'm trying not to think of a really modern one that I would. But the game I probably spent most of my time playing as a series, but there only is 3 in it, was the Mass Effect. 4 in it was the Mass Effect series, which I started on my Xbox 360, and I loved. And then they ruined it. Yeah, they ruined it with Andromeda. I know, they ruined it. But before then, I loved it. But I mean, I've loved all the BioWare games, to be honest. So it's probably the whole series, BioWare themselves doing all those games back then. Maybe not as much anymore.
Aye. So my favourite series is Metal Gear Solid, and we could talk about it for another hour, right? You ready? No, we'll deflect to Tonto. Tonto, what's your favourite game series?
I think my favourite game series is probably Resident Evil games.
Do you know
I'm a big
something?
horror.
I love it. I love Resident Evil. Not the later games, but the original games, man. I'm really looking forward to this remake.
I can't wait.
Have you seen much about it?
I've been checking up on it all the time, man. It looks awesome. I can't wait to
They're redesigning a few characters. They're doubling down on Claire Redfield being a biker. Like, Claire's not getting her hot pants anymore. They're taking the hot pants from Claire. And apparently, I was reading something about Ada Wong. They're going to be changing how Ada Wong looks as well. She's going to look
Should be
more...
now Ada Dong.
She's going to look... Ada Dong. she's going to be through a sex change called Ada Dong. But no, Ada Wong's going to look, quoted, less detective, more spy. So they're changing a few things.
Definitely Ada Dong.
But one thing I really look forward to in Resident Evil 2 is I really hope they put Crimson Heads in it, because fuck Crimson Heads in their fucking life. And it's one of the things that, see how when you were playing Resident Evil when you were a kid, and just at every door you were like, please, why am I doing this to myself? Why am I doing this to myself? I didn't get any sleep last night, do you know what I mean? And then you play it as an adult and you're like, right, there's a zombie in here, and the only thing you're worried about is, I can't be asked for him grabbing me, because it's got to take me a time. Do you know what I mean? But see, when there's a Crimson Head, that fear is back with a vengeance. It's a Crimson Head! It's a fucking Crimson Head! Have I burned it? Have I burned it? Burn the body! Burn the body! Won't fucking come back! Stamping its head! Fucking Crimson Heads, man. So really looking for Crimson Heads, man. But Resident Evil, your favourite series? Any particular reason?
Just that whole like when I played the first game, I just got me hooked, man, because it was so scary. You know what I mean? Like you said, now when you play it as an adult, you're like, nah. You know what I mean? But back then you were like, oh my god, man, this is fucking terrifying. You know what I mean? I'm a big horror game fan. You know what I mean? I like playing a lot of horror games, but I don't know, Resident Evil for me I love it, man. I love it.
And like part of the battle as well, like going back and playing like the original versions, is like it brings back the fear as well as the control system, because you're so used to the modern controls, then you go back and play something like that, and you're like, oh, I can't shoot the fucking thing. But Resident Evil, fucking great game series, man. Playing it for the first time, it's like it was a different game sort of progression. It was the first time I'd ever played a game where it wasn't my want to go through the game that progressed me through the game. It was my want not to get fucking eaten by the thing. Do you know what I mean? It was like, how do I not get eaten? How do I not get eaten? Oh, I'm almost finished the game. Do you know what I mean? Yes, I'm finished the game. It means I'm not getting eaten. Do you know what I mean? Like that sort
of... monster Sorry.
No, on you go, Yaldi.
There's a monster like that in Resident Evil 5, which kind of surprised me. Like, Resident Evil 5 is that, like, as you're going through it, you're like, oh, this game's shit, you're just shooting fucking generic zombie mans. But then this big Reaper thing comes out, and it's a big fucking, like, insect thing that you can't kill unless you, like, pure blast it with grenades and shit. And it'll literally walk up and just instantly kill you, and you're just like, fucking run away.
What one's that? I can't remember that one, because I thought, see, when you said there's a one in Resident Evil 5, I thought you were going to be talking about the Ouroboros, the shapeless one.
No.
Because that's the one I hated in that one, man. The fucking shapeless one. It pure slithers through the bars, through chicken mesh and all that. You're like, ow, the fuck? It just keeps coming at me, man. That was the only bit where I get a bit scared in Resi 5.
like it appears like first time you see it, like it drops down in a big like egg, and then it hatches out and it chases you, and you've got to run away from it because you've got no guns that will fucking kill it.
Oh, aye, that cunt. Aye, you're right. Aye.
And if it catches it, it fucking just chops your head off, and that's it. You don't have a choice.
Aye, fuck that cunt. Aye. Fucking oh man. But I didn't like. I enjoyed those games playing through it the first and second time, right? But the reason I don't like them is because they don't hold their water as same as the older games did. Do you know what I mean? The older ones are still fun to play through. You're like, yes, I'm getting this certain thing and I'm going to do this. But whereas the Resident Evil 5 and 6 are just, they're too much like a shooter to play multiple times. Do you know what I mean? It's no, how many times have you played Call of Duty through? Do you know what I mean? Probably 3/4 of the way through. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Half the way through, but aye, that's the way Resident Evil 5 played, felt for me. The reason I completed it was because it was Resident Evil, because I wanted to kick Wesker in the balls. Because who doesn't want to kick Wesker in the balls? Do you know what I mean? Like, come on, it's Wesker.
Resident Evil 5 was great for like co-op, the man. I would
Yeah,
go
the
back and
co-op
play
aspect was good. The co-op aspect was good. Played it like once or twice with my mate Gary.
It's a really good co-op game, but a shit Resident Evil game.
Yes, that's a good way of describing it. That is a good way of describing it. Like if you just
If it didn't,
take it out your mind, it's a Resident Evil game, and be like, try to play this really cool co-op game with me, mate. There's some zombies in it.
yeah, if you're like, oh, that's just take the Resident Evil part away and just have 5, and that's it. That's you. That's the game.
It's just called 5.
5.
You have to fight the pop band for the 90s. You have to fight your way through horrible pop songs. Get to the end. The
It's
level
the
is you have to listen to it in its entirety 3 times before the door will open. Oh, Jess, it's Kelly's favourite band, ain't it?
I've got the best of album.
Oh god.
I really do.
I seen his face there, and I'm like, ah, shit, I'm offending Kelly, ain't I?
You're not really. I don't think I've ever listened to it. I thought it
Little
was
do
a
we know
joke.
he's got it playing in the fucking headphones.
I'm gonna go.
Aye.
I'm gonna go find it sometime. Now you've reminded me about it. I'm gonna go look it out.
Kelly's stream next time. It'll be song request, but can only request 5 songs. People will be like, "What 5 songs can I request?" And they'll be like, "No, only songs from the band 5."
I was going to ask about Resident Evil as we were talking about films later. What did everyone think of the movie series then of it?
What, the Resident Evil movies?
Mm-hmm. Especially
Oh,
Tonto's. He
God.
said it's his favourite series of
Oh
games.
God!
I like the Resident Evil movies. I like them.
No.
I like them. I've got the box set. I watch them once a year, right? Fuck it. I like them, right? I do.
I
like
thought
them.
the first one was alright. Anyone after that, you're just like, fuck, nah,
I do.
didn't enjoy it.
I'm
Didn't
like,
enjoy it, man.
yes. Kick some ass, Mila, man. Do a cartwheel, kick some ass. Yes. I don't know. I don't usually enjoy movies like that, but for some reason I do enjoy the Resident Evil movies, and I make no apologies for it. So screw the lot of yous, right?
Trust. Do you like Resident Evil Retribution?
The game, I've never played Resident Evil Retribution.
No, the movie.
Oh, that's the
film.
one where it's the computer graphics, ain't it?
No, this is the one where they're escaping like a prison and then they go to a boat.
Yeah.
Oh no, the Retribution one, that's the worst one. That is by far the worst one. It's the one where they land a plane on top of a skyscraper and all that, ain't it? And they
Yes.
stop it with a bit of chicken wire, and you're like, no, just no.
That's
Just
not what's
please
annoying
no,
for me is
man.
the director literally fucking stole an entire fight scene from Resident Evil 5. They plagiarized the fucking franchise.
Aye, it plays almost frame for frame exactly. I watched this side, it was on Young Year
it's
put it on his channel,
exactly
side to side, man. It's exactly the same, you're so right. It's like the scene where they're fighting like the big ospreys, the big planes and all that come down onto the boat, ain't it? And they're all shooting the people on the boat. It's that scene that's fucking exactly the same as the movie.
No.
before.
It's Wesker fighting Chris and Jill Valentine. The fight scene.
Well, there's another scene that's exactly the same, then they plagiarised 2 scenes.
They've done it twice then. I didn't even notice that. Fuck it.
Aye, because the scene they're all flying down onto the ship with the boats and the fucking planes and all that getting blown up, that's exactly the same as the previous movie as well. You're like, ah, fuck's sake, who even is it? Google it right now, who makes that, so as we can call them out right now. who makes Resident Evil movies, right? Cunts!
It was like this strange feeling of deja vu watching the movie. I was like, I've seen this before. I've seen this definitely before.
But where? How? Is that woman wearing different clothes?
I'm like, I know exactly what they're going to do next, but I've never seen this movie.
But we didn't even get to the final question. Yaldi, what's your favourite game series?
I thought about it, and now I'm gonna have to say Gears of War just because I play it all the time with like co-op, couch co-op shit, just playing with people. That's that, and also I like really burly men in large armor hunkering down next to each other, just rubbing against, and then be like,
Revving their chainsaws and that.
It's the embodiment of testosterone, and I don't have any, so I feel like it's making up for it.
He injects testosterone through his eyeballs visually. Give me it.
I know.
Yes.
Gears is a good choice by far. I spent
Gears is a good
so many
series.
time playing that game on the 360 before it died.
It's the only game series I can think of where I've actually been like, oh mate, the new game's coming out, man, I need to get it. And I'm like, it's the release day, go get it now.
It's one of the only co-op series where your pal's not completely insignificant when he plays co-op with you, because he actually plays Marcus, who's a cool character and has a backstory, and do you know what I mean? He's not just this cunt that shows up sometime like, alright, I'm a guy with a gun, you've got a gun, can I come use my gun? And you're like, mint it, when use your gun, mate. And he's pure stealing your tank and all that. You're like, what are you doing?
Like Gears of War 2 makes you go through like Dom's backstory with like killing his wife and shit, and then Gears of War 3, the second whoever plays player 2 all the time is just pure fucked because Dom dies, and you're just like,
I'm the guy with a gun.
Who am I supposed to play as now? I just took the game.
Aye, I've spoken about it before. My favourite co-op character ever is Resident Evil. Resistance 3's co-op character is Joe Cipriani's imaginary friend Jim. You're playing through the game in single player mode, and he's constantly talking about how Jim helped him, and everybody's like, mate, you're tripping, you're seeing things, you're imagining things. And then you play through it in co-op, and he's like, Jim helped me, and you're like, oh, hi, you're Jim. I've played this through twice, mate, and through I thought, oh man, it makes so much sense now. I've been cussing Joe as an idiot, but he actually does have an imaginary pal. Like, fuck. But Joe and Jim, do you know what I mean? It's like, it's so stupid. They just doubled down on stupid. Let's break the fourth wall, but let's do it so silly. Joe and Jim broke the fourth wall. Do you know what I mean? Just have you fucking tune or something? Do you know what I mean?
What's it called? Dead Space 3 was quite shit. But the co-op aspect that they had in was quite interesting because the only scary part in the whole game was like a side mission, and you had to be playing as player 2 in order to experience it.
Oh, that's quite cool.
All right.
Like, because you were going through like an abandoned space station, and your character was hallucinating like toys and creepy shit all around you, whereas player 1 was just walking through like, oh mate, it's just shooting the mans again.
But that's
and you're walking about like, oh, fucking big bastard clown man's running in that, and you're like, oh shit.
What's the prison escape game just now that's co-op that you play on the same screen and
I
know.
I don't think I talked about
I'll wait out.
Yeah.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
It looks really damn good. Like, I think we should two of the IndiScots should play it together on the IndiScots. That's what I think. So who wants to play it with me?
Play it yourself with just 2 controllers.
That's it, man. Wait, one controller like that and one controller's my feet. Do you know what I mean? Like that, yes. Playing against myself. Trust top half versus trust bottom half. Trust versus trust.
There was another game that did that. It was like Brothers: A Tale of Two Souls or some shit.
Brothers: A Tale of Two Souls. I played that.
You had one controller and 2 characters, and you're like,
one controller, 2 characters. You played
I
by
remember that
yourself.
game, actually. Yeah, I remember that game.
It was weird. The reason I bought it because it was like, I like games that have got a new concept, something I've not seen before, and that's the reason I bought that game. And I was just like, the cool puzzles you've got to do and all that. It was good, really good. There's another game called Two Brothers that plays very similarly, and that was really good. The two of them came out at the same time. Two brothers is one, they're trying to save their dad or something. But aye, those two games are really good, man. Like fucking, I like a good co-op game where it's weird and it requires actual coordination between you and your friend rather than just playing Call of Duty on the co-op mode and just blasting through it. Do you know what I mean? Like, two people can play on the one console. It's a co-op game. Fuck off. Do you know what I mean? Like, aye, technically, aye, and not technically it's the best type of correct. Like, aye, it is, aye, fucking decked. But aye, it's already. Oh shit, we're already. We done it, guys. We done it. We made an hour with less than an hour's worth of content. Pat yourself in the back. But aye, guys, we're going to be going and playing some Jackbox right now. So if you want to join, head over to jackbox.tv and we will be there in a couple of moments' time. Stubbsy, if you're there, could you please change the title for me? And thank you for watching IndiScots, Scots with Soul podcast, guys. I've had Kelly, Tonto, and Yaldi with me. Thanks for joining us, guys, and we will see you all next time.
Twinkies are shite.
We'll build this network on Scots with Soul. We'll build this network, Scots and Soul. Build this network on Scots with Soul.